guys, it's Ara and this is vlog number 4. On my last video, I asked for your participation to see if there's anything you wanted to know about emotional eating. And I received some great questions, so thank you so much for your input. I'm going to answer 1 or 2 questions at a time because I just don't want to make a one long video. So to answer the first question that I received, I have the Facebook page open right next to me here. So the first question was, I'd be interested to know what happens at the positive end of the spectrum if you map someone's positivity on a scale 1 to 10. Is there a tipping point when they start eating bad? Do people who feel a 10 eat better than an 8? Or does this only become active when people are feeling negative? That's a great question. So to answer that, emotional eating usually in most cases is based on negative emotions, and the reason why is because you're overeating or you're emotionally eating to fill that void, to move away from that sense of lack. And when I say that sense of lack, I mean not just physical hunger, like lack of food in your stomach, but emotional lack, like the feeling of I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not fast enough, I'm not healthy enough, or if you're feeling lonely, disconnected, heartbroken, all of those feelings are a huge feeling of lack. So your mind cannot differentiate what lack you're feeling. Is it a physical lack or an emotional lack? Lack is just lack for your mind. So because your mind's job is to move you away from pain and towards pleasure as quickly as possible and keep you alive, that's why you get this urge to eat something, usually something junky, right? Something sugary, fatty, creamy. And then people tend to really overeat and stuff themselves. You can eat for positive emotion too, and if I were to give you an example, it would be like, let's say somebody that you cared about made you a feast, cooked for you, went out of their ways to serve you food, and you're so grateful. And so, you stuff yourself with the food that they made for you. But if you look at that in a different perspective, that could also come from the feeling of obligation, or a feeling of, man, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings when they went out of their ways to cook all this food for me. So I'm sure you've experienced this, one time or another in your life. For instance, like my husband is really good about feeling obligated to eat the food that my mom made or my aunt made. Even if he's not hungry at all, he will stuff himself and finish everything and then suffer later. No matter how many times I tell him that he doesn't have to do that, he can just tell my mom, hey, I already ate, I'm not hungry, but thank you. Or maybe ask her to pack it for you so you can take it home. But no, he feels like he's being rude, so he has to eat right then and there when she wants him to eat it. And I've had that experience myself a long time ago, and I'm sure all of you have as well. Let me see, I just want to make sure that I covered everything. Do people who feel a 10 eat better than an 8? That is really dependent upon the level of your coping skills. First of all, if you are a 10 or even a 9 or 8, that's a pretty high on that positivity spectrum. So if you are just a super positive person, you are optimistic, you are joyful, you're happy, you love yourself, and everything's great in your life, then no, you're gonna have a far less urge to overeat or indulge to fill a void, because you don't have a void. Yes, you'll have times when you will overeat, but those will be for far better, different reasons. So, and again, you know, when a person has really great coping skills, they are very much aware of themselves and their surroundings. If they are, you know, super disciplined and have self-control, then of course you're going to have a far less chance of overeating and giving in than, let's say, for a person who doesn't have any of those skills. If they're not disciplined enough, if they don't have self-control, if they are just, you know, live through their emotions, behave according to what they feel like at the moment, then yes, those people are going to give in a lot quicker, and they're just going to totally lose control and just really, really overeat. So I think I've answered that question pretty clearly. If I left anything out, please let me know. And this video is already going on 6 minutes, so I'm going to end it here, and then I'm just going to post another video after this answering the next few questions.